Hi guys, welcome to the first podcast from the Retro Retreat. Just before we start, just want to say that everything said here is our own opinions, and don't be taking any financial advice based on our opinions.
Definitely
It's
not from me.
just from our experience of selling Pokemon cards and packs over the last few years. So today's session, we're going to talk about the inflation of Pokemon packs, but limited to Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. We want to look at where we think some of these packs will be in the next 2 years. So each of us will select 2 packs from our pack wall, and we'll talk about where they've kind of evolved over the last 2 years and what kind of value we think there might be in 2 years' time. So with that said, let's head to the pack wall and pick out our packs. Right, so before we actually start talking about where we think these packs are going to be in a couple of years' time, we've got to address the 2 elephants in the room, for sure. The first thing people will be thinking is Evolving Skies. That is a Sword and Shield pack. Now, Evolving Skies has been around now for a few years, and the price has inflated a lot. Yeah, so Evolving Skies is the obvious pick, I think, for a lot of people. There's no doubt in my mind, personally, that out of Scarlet and Violet, that is the most valuable pack. Would you agree, Sam?
Agreed. Yeah, definitely agreed.
Yeah, most definitely. Most sought after. The Umbreon in Evolving Skies is probably about 1,800 raw, something like that.
About 1,200 raw, about 2-3 PSA 10.
Yeah, that's
so
not bad.
Crazy.
It's not a bad amount of money for a shiny bit of plastic. And then, of course, from Scarlet and Violet, you cannot ignore the elephant in the room of 151. And 151 has gone up a lot. I remember we were selling these packs for like £5 each, and now they're like £15 to £20 easily.
Yeah.
So these are definitely the 2 elephants in the room, but I'd like to try and avoid them to some extent, because personally, when we go back to Evolving Skies, I think it will go up more, but I don't think it's going to explode at the same rate it has done the last 2 years.
No.
When you think this was a £3.99 pack a couple of years ago, and it's now a £40 plus pack.
That's crazy.
I'm sure in 2 years' time it might be a £60, £70 pack, but it's not going to manipulate as fast as it has the last 2 years. I think we've seen the vast majority of the growth on it. So I think this one is probably one that we won't bother going into too much detail. 151, a little bit more tricky, because you can still pick up 151 for around £15 a pack.
Or if you find it in a drop, you might be able to find it retail.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah, there you go.
I've seen some booster bundles retail in the last few weeks, so it's a bit more of a tricky one, but it's definitely one for consideration. But again, I think there are better packs of the last couple of years that probably increase more in value. What I mean by that is, like, if you can get a pack now for £10, you think that's worth £30 in 2 years. That's probably going to increase more in value than what this pack will. Anyway, Sam, what have you picked out and why?
So for my picks, I've gone for the absolute goated set of God, Crown Zenith.
Oh, Zenith in America?
Yeah, or Zenith, whatever you want to say it. A couple of reasons, really. It's just got some amazing cards. It's got the 4 golds. Everyone's loved this. End of the set, so that was the end of Sword and Shield. Unlike Black and White, we won't go into Black and White, because it's just, we won't go into Black and White. So yeah, I'd say when you could pick it up in boxes, what were we getting the boxes at to start with? The Sea and Sky boxes. What was the very first price we were getting them at?
Sea and Sky, they were, I think we're originally selling them in the shop for about £150.
£150, so they're now at £250, so that's £100 in like two years on packs. It's just an amazing set. Just the amount of hits you get from it is just absolutely wonderful. And I can, as I say, the print run is now out. Sam's Club done the last print run of it for the Sea and Sky boxes. That's now stopped. So whatever product's out there, that's it. So it's got to start going up quite quickly. I think in maybe 2 years' time is now what are we at now? An £15 pack. 45 in 2 years' time. It has to be a 40. It's got to be where Evolving Skies is now, but in 2 years' time. And then another lovely set of Paldean Fates. I think we probably all know why about this set. We've got the Bubble Mew, we've got the Charizard, we've got all the baby shinies, we've got all the other shinies. What's not to like about the set? And once again, for the Bubble Mew, it's what in English is sitting at 400 raw at the minute, 1500 graded. So put another couple of years on that. What we're at now on these, we're at a £15 pack. Once again, same with Zenith, easily a 45 pack in 2 years' time. But then on that, actually, no, I'd say more because of what's in it. So the Bubble and the Charizard, everyone likes Mew, everyone likes Charizard. So a £60 pack in 2 years. That's what I think.
Right, so Sam's chosen Crown Zenith or Zenith from Sword and Shield and Paldean Fates from Scarlet and Violet. I don't think it was intended to be one from each set, but you know, I think that's just the way it works. To be fair, I was going to choose Crown Zenith as well, so I've decided something different. But anyway, Chloe, what did you go with?
Well, the guys have chosen some of the big hitters, some of the more expensive packs, so I thought I'd take some time and talk about some of the underdogs, the ones that I think will inflate to prices that people didn't expect based on what they are right now. First and foremost, I have Obsidian Flames. Everyone loves the Charizard, and there are plenty of Charizards to be had. With that, five.
Yeah, I think 5 in that set.
And I think over time this is going to keep increasing, as will the price of the hits. And the special set from Sword and Shield, Pokemon Go, that has declined over the years. However, I do think this pack is going to continue to increase. It wasn't that popular at the time of its release. It's only £8 at the moment, which is relatively cheap considering the packs that we've already spoken about. And inside, you can get these Ditto cards. They've got a little Ditto in the corner. And if you get that, they're actually peelable. And that is the first and only time that we've seen a card like that. So if you peel this back, which I'm not going to, there is actually a Ditto underneath. And it's not a fake card, it's not a sticker or anything like that you might have seen on the market. This is a real card that you can pull from the set. I think there's 3. Bidoof.
Yeah, Bidoof.
Spinarak, Numel.
Correct.
Fantastic, great picks there.
What are yours then, Jason? What were your picks?
So I mean, Sam literally picked out the 2 I would have picked for sure. I mean, you cannot doubt that Crown Zenith is, you know, is going to go up in crazy prices. I mean, when this first came in into the shop, we were selling it at £5 a pack, and nobody was interested.
Yeah, didn't you say you had like ETBs and ETBs of it?
Yeah, loads of it. No one was interested when this first got released back in the day. I think it was like early 2023. It came out, something like that. And like nobody was interested in it, and my wholesale costs went up, and I had to increase the price by 50 pence to £5.50, and the few sales I was getting on Crown and Zenith just went, like nobody was touching it. I was selling a little bit of it, I had to put up 50 pence to £5.50, and nobody wanted it. And I tell you now, if I could get a million of these packs and sell them at £5 each, I'm confident I could sell them all in a week.
Yeah, you'd have a queue out the door.
If I could sell these at £5 each, I would have a queue out the door and sell a million of them in a week. But back in the day, couldn't even sell them for £5, let alone £5.50. So yeah, really, it's a really strong set. I think, like Sam says, it'll go up a lot in value. With everyone else's picks, obviously, you know, I'm not going to pick what Chloe and Sam have done. So I've tried to find a pack that probably will increase in value. I think we have to talk a little bit about Shrouded Fable, because it's so unpopular. It's so unpopular that actually its percentage in terms of increase, I'm not going to say it's going to be a £40 pack, I'm not that crazy, but I think it could be like a £20 pack in 2 years' time.
It might be a £40 pack in like, say, 10 years' time, 15 years' time. But yeah, now, to put that to a £20 pack in 2 years' time? You've got the Persian, you've got some nice looking cards in it. But
yeah.
I think I'm alone in this opinion, but I think Shrouded Fable is totally underrated. Like Sam said, the Persian is one of my favourite Pokemon. Him looking in that window with the reflection is so beautiful. And then you've got the Duskull line illustrations. They look great together as well. So I think people are missing out on Shrouded Fable.
Yeah, but they've done that for a few sets, haven't they? Now, so what do you think would be the Shrouded Fable of Sword and Shield?
Just pause for a
Vivid
second.
Voltage. I think then Vivid Voltage would be the Sword and Shield equivalent of Shrouded Fable, because not many people liked it. Maybe one or two good cards in it. Still a very cheap pack at £8, so the same price as that is now. So yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
I
Only
think
time will tell, really.
I think with Shrouded Fable, my thought is it was so unpopular in the day that not much of it was bought.
Yeah.
They're not going to reprint it. Very unlikely to reprint it. And because so few of it was bought, so few of it's on the market. So supply, demand.
What was the last Shrouded Fable we had in there? That little box, wasn't it?
Yeah, sold straight away.
Yeah, but before that,
yeah,
I can't remember the last Shrouded Fable we had in.
Yeah.
Not seen it in a while.
No, I've definitely not seen it in the wild.
So I think with everybody else's picks, the only thing left I would like to talk about is Surgeon Sparks. It's a really good pack. Some really good hits in there. It's really popular. I don't think it'll increase to the same quantities that, say, Crown Zenith will increase or Paldean Fates. But I think it will be maybe a £20 pack in 2 years' time. Quite potentially. Maybe a little bit more.
Similar to what I said about the Obsidian Flames. Everyone loves a Pikachu. There's lots of Pikachus to be had in there.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the Latias cards as well, the Melodic. There's quite a few nice cards in Surgeon Sparks. But then if you're going on that route of things, you've always got to talk about all the other little sets. So like Twilight Masquerade is still only an £8 pack. You've got the Greninja, you've got the Eevee in there. That could easily double within 2 years. I think a lot of the packs now will probably, maybe not double in 2 years, but will definitely, out of all the packs that we have now, there's not going to be a £10 pack or less in 2 years' time.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything that you see on our back wall behind us, all the packs back there's not going to be a £10 pack.
It depends on reprint. No, I mean, certainly out of the two sets, Sword and Shield.
So out of everything there, I don't think there's going to be a £10 pack or less in 2 years' time, unless it's obviously new sets.
Or if you want a fun pack.
Oh yeah, fun packs. Well, I don't know. Saying that, actually, no, fun packs. Yeah, they're never going to be more than £10, are they?
So let's wrap this up then. You've both got 2 packs each. You've now got to choose the one that you've got the most hope will increase the most in value. So for Sam, he's got to choose between Crown Zenith and Paldean Fates. Chloe, it's Pokemon Go and Obsidian Flames. And me, I say Surgeon Sparks and Crown Zenith.
Realistically, it's got to be the Obsidian Flames for me. As I said with the Charizards, they're only going to increase in price. They're really beautiful. They've got that sort of texture to them, and they've got the terrestrial effect on
thing. Yeah.
And I've got a much easier job than Sam because I've got to choose between Crown Zenith and Surgeon Sparks. Which one will I choose? Crown Zenith, of course.
Yeah.
That will be the one that increases the most in value. I wouldn't be surprised in another 2 years these are £45, £50 packs. I really wouldn't, if not more. Again, not really appreciated when they're released, but very popular now. Now, Sam's got a more difficult choice. He's got to choose now between Crown Zenith and Paldean Fates. And bear in mind, it's how much they're going to increase, not how much their value is going to be.
Or the one I love the most.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're going for the one I love the most, it'll be Crown Zenith, just because it's the God set. But I'm actually going to go Paldean Fates. For the reason of, as I stated before, the Bulbamew, the Charizards, I think the more they increase, which they're very likely to increase, the more this pack's going to increase. So in 2 years' time, that's going to be a £60 pack. Because then if you look at it in the sense of what's the Bubble and the Charizard going to be in 2 years' time, Bulbamew and a PSA 10, 3,000. Because it's nearly £1,000 at the minute in a PSA 10, so it's got to be up there within 2 years. Paldean Fates.
It'll go the way of Evolving Skies, I think.
Yeah, I think it will eventually go the way of Evolving Skies, but not as quick as Evolving Skies has.
Saying that, I've seen an increase in 25% in Paldean Fates in the last 2 weeks alone.
As in sales, or
Yeah, no, in terms
as
of what it's worth.
value?
It's value, what it's worth.
But that's true of the bubble Mew as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, 25% increase in 2 weeks, which is incredible. We're in unprecedented times with the Pokemon market. Like, literally, there are people now that used to invest in the stock exchange are now investing in Pokemon packs
Yeah.
and sealed products because the return is much greater,
and quicker.
significantly greater. I mean, if you get any sealed product at retail for Pokemon, you're virtually guaranteed to sit on. If you sit on it for a year, it's virtually guaranteed to be worth more in a year's time.
Absolutely.
You
Even
know,
6 months' time, depending on what set you get.
Yeah.
Say it's a brand new set now coming out, the Mega set. You get a case of that now, and then 6 months' time, doubled.
Yeah, yeah.
Easily doubled.
Well, I think it goes further than that. I think like if you've got a case of like white flare, I'm not saying it would increase that much, but in terms of its value, if you sat on it for a year, it'd be worth more than what you paid retail.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you on that. 100%
Yeah.
agree with you on that.
Well, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, please do subscribe. It's been magical. I think next time we'll be talking about the card show and all that jazz. But yeah, hopefully you found that useful. And as I said at the beginning, this is just our own personal opinions and shouldn't be taken as investment advice. This is just shameless plug-in now, Sam. Shameless plug-in.
What else are we going to plug? Easy, easy.
Not the
Child
steampunk
friendly,
event,
this
I
one,
think.
child friendly.
All right. Thank you very much. See you next time.